This is technically, the Horde Art Rant episode 8 with Superman, Gigi, and Byron. I don't know what we're going to talk about, but we're going to talk about things and we're going to draw some pictures and stuff like that. So,
Are we
LFG.
really just at episode 8? I feel like we've done a lot more than that.
Well, we've changed the name from Zomsay's Art Rant to the Horde Art Rant. So, officially, the Horde Art Rant, we're now at episode 8.
Well, we should have kept going with those numbers. It would have been nicer to see the double digits, but we're going to get there.
Yeah, next week. All right, let's go.
So, what are we going to talk about today? I have a few things that I want to cover with you guys, but I don't know if you had anything you wanted to start off with, Byron, first.
Let's see here. I'm gonna just load up my Twitch so I can see it as well. Things for me. Well, I'm really trying hard right now to focus on all of my little collections on wax and on drip, as well as doing the artwork for Horde the Undead and eventually the Say of the Dead. But right now, what I'm doing is a lot of drawings and a lot of art from days gone by, almost like stuff I've been collecting over the last little while that I just haven't published, and I'm putting it on my wax collections for some daily drops. Low priced, low mint amount. And what they do is they can use DHC or wax to go and purchase them from the NFT Hive or Nifty Blocks. So for example, I'll grab one of the ones that I did and I'll show it to you. It'll take a minute. All right, here's one. Here's one for the zombie cats.
Superman's keyboard's going at it again.
I know, I hear it, eh? All right. So I have a whole bunch of like zombie cat sketches that I've done, and I've just collected them in a little bucket. Well, not really a bucket, just a little pile. And now I'm going to go and I'm going to start minting them for daily drops. Kind of taking a page out of the DRiPz, right? Where they have daily drops and you get them for basically a penny. So I'm doing that on wax and I'm offering it for DHC as well as for wax. And the purpose of this is to bring awareness to all my different collections on wax, because I have my own main art collection. Then I have the zombie cats and the Myzical army. So that's 3 for sure. And they're just, small collections that I want to eventually bring into bigger things. And it's a nice way to keep my art separated so that I don't have cats all over the place, Gigi, because I know you're a big cat fan. You'd like to see them everywhere, but I'm trying to contain them into one location. So that's what I'm doing for wax and also for DRiPz. I'm trying to like put a daily drop. Right now on DRiP I have like 5 days in advance, and on my one wax collection I have my first 5 days set up. And yesterday's it sold out, right? 50 sold out. A bunch of people just bought them because they're cheap, so they can give them away to their fans in different Twitch streams like this one. And nice. Boston Dad, woohoo! Hey Boston Dad. So yeah, that's what I'm doing on wax and on DRiP right now.
And you know what? With the cats, since I'm allergic, I really can only have cats if they're in NFT format. So maybe it's not such a bad thing. But I think a cat PFP, maybe a zombie cat PFP collection, even if it's just really small, that could be something. I haven't seen much of not a lot of people do cat collections, so that could be something.
Now the thing with that zombie cat PFP is I actually already made one, but it wasn't really a PFP like your normal PFP where it's just one single head and man, my words are hard today. It's more than that. It's a whole bunch of cats. It's actually 9 cats. There's 9 cats that you get in this one PFP, and it's a variety of different ones. I'm gonna go pull it up while you're talking later, and I'll see if I can share a screen to show you what it looks like in a bit. But yeah, so man, I love PFPs now, but I don't like them the same way that you probably do. I like them because they're like fun art kind of experiments. I still don't 100% agree with being the only source of building a community using a PFP, but I understand the reasoning and the marketing behind it. But until I understood that, I fucking hated those things. But now I make them for fun and for art. For the reasons of art. It's all about the art. Anyway, that's what I'm doing. What are you doing?
Well, right now we're, there's been that huge shift with the Stargaze ecosystem. So we're trying to adapt to it. So the Stargaze kind of caught us a bit off guard with their sudden shift. And I had a bit of a discussion with the founder on Twitter about it. And, I feel like they came out with a tweet saying that, they were going to push a new direction for the Stars token and a bunch of stuff they put out, like literally in April 17th. And 2 weeks later, he comes out with a tweet that, they're just going to make a move towards the hub and convert all of the Stars tokens into Atom, which is something that I thought was really good a while back, which is something that they were already talking about, but they seem to be moving away from that. So a little confused in how the founder communicated that. At the end of the day, I do think that Cosmos is like the core of the ecosystem. It's like the Bitcoin of crypto. So Atom is the main leader in the entire ecosystem. So without Atom performing, the rest of the tokens don't perform on Cosmos. It's just a reality. So I think moving everything towards the hub and making the hub more valuable and building the apps directly on it instead of having it their own chains, because as soon as you have your own chain, you need a validator set. You need a lot more money to keep the chain afloat and make sure that it stays upgraded with all the upgrades that the Cosmos has. So I think overall it's a good move. I just maybe don't like the way that they went about communicating it. I think there was people that knew it before others, which is unfortunate. And I guess that's just part of life in markets, that there's always going to be insiders in these things. So yeah, overall, I'm 50-50 on it. Upset about the way it was communicated. Happy that it's actually just going to move forward. We're still waiting for the forum post. So they're going to be posting this directly on a proposal on chain. So this is the beauty of the Cosmos, is the chain is really decentralized. So whatever's going to happen with the migration from Stars to Cosmos, it's going to have to pass a proposal. So what I understand is they're going to go get the funds from the community pool. So community pool is full and stacked for Cosmos. So they have money to purchase Stargaze. The only thing is if the Stars market cap keeps going down or the token price keeps going down, how much value are we going to really retain for that migration? And that's still to be seen. And from what Shane was saying, Sean, I'm not sure what his name is exactly, Sean V. Yeah, it seems that they were going to be compensating the stakers, and they're trying to keep those people in mind that supported the ecosystem. But yeah, the way they communicated, I'm not too crazy about it. I held back a little bit my words.
Must have been hard.
I'm not happy with the way he said it. There's a lot of things we would have done different knowing that this was going to happen. But, this is crypto. It evolves really quickly.
You get shafted pretty quickly too, it seems, eh?
Sorry?
You can get shafted pretty quickly too in this market. Holy smokes.
Of course, look at Mantra, look at all these chains that came before us. Luna, they're number one for a while, and then all of a sudden they tumble down. And this is where it's important to be an ecosystem where the coins are battle tested. So, Cosmos has been around for a long time. Liquidity is always there. It's very decentralized. So the chances of something like that happening is lesser, right? When it's very decentralized, because nobody really controls the token. And for Stargaze, unfortunately, it seems like Sean V was saying that it's mostly the validators that were selling. We didn't sell, so it wasn't us, but some validators seem to have known beforehand. And to me, my question is, if they dump the token, does that mean that they don't think the swap or the migration to Atom is going to be in their favor? So it's hard to say. I'm really waiting for the forum post. We're going to be shifting our treasury into Atom because now we don't really have a choice. But to have known, we would have launched a collection in Atom. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So we were really there to support the ecosystem. There was, I think, even grants in Atom at that time that I think they advised us the day before the mint that was happening, which is, again, circumstances and stuff that happens that, we don't really have control on. And yeah, we just hope, for the holders and for the collection as a whole, that there's some value retention, because I do think that with Cosmos, the advantage that we're going to have for having a treasury in Atom is that we'll be eligible for airdrops moving forward. So I think if ever we do get like lesser funding that we had initially, maybe with time, it'll be a faster recovery, just because we'll be able to swap our airdrops back into Atom and keep growing that wallet in that way. But yeah, we're going to be waiting to see exactly what they're going to propose. And It's going to have to pass proposals. I have a bunch of stars token staked, the DAO as well, so we'll have a say a little bit in the direction of the chain and what it's actually going to do. But yeah, they seem to be a lot of people in favor. A lot of the big OGs seem to be in favor of it. I think it is the right move. If the token is not sustainable the way that it was going, it's better to make the shift now before it goes to zero, right? So
Yeah.
But again, I kind of feel like they could introduce the fee module a lot earlier. Maybe that would have brought a bit more visibility if they would have brought the priority lane for stakers for minting the collection. So let's say when they had the Omis mint, everybody really wanted to mint those NFTs. And if you were a staker and you could have got priority on that mint, well, you know, that would have been a lot of interest for people to stake the token and give it some value. And I just feel like they waited way too long to do that. I felt that they were maybe trying to build other things like the Intergaze chain that just launched, the new marketplace that Stargaze built. And again, did they waste their time on that, which right now doesn't seem like it was a huge successful launch. You know, I have a lot of critiques, man, and I'm not holding back on it. I think I've been here for a while. I think we supported the chain fully, and I don't feel that it's been reciprocated fully. I think they should have took projects like ours a little bit more into consideration, as we were really in this to support the ecosystem. And again, we're gonna swallow our pride here and see how things unfold. This is crypto. It is what it is, and we're gonna move forward with what we have. But again, now just to shift a little bit, the bad news. The good news is that we do have the auction right now on Stargaze that is about to end in 55 minutes. If somebody wants to bid on it, I think the bid is at 15.8k stars, which is pretty good. So yeah, that's gonna end in about 45 minutes if people want to put a bid on it. So it's the jumbled horde with all the eyes looking at you, 26 eyes that are looking at you. And this piece, we had it, I think, in black and white on the drip. So if you want the painted version of it, it is on Horde of the Undead. And it's ending very soon here. And this Schlong Whale is the one that's winning the bid currently. So
yeah, it's a 1-1.
It is a 1-on-1.
Yeah.
So
that's
yeah,
kind of neat.
that's,
like sorry to interrupt you, but that's one of the things I kind of like about multi-chaining. Like I can put the almost free version, the black and white, on drip for people to go and grab, and now that it's no longer available to grab, you got to go get it on secondary. So those that did grab it for a penny can now sell it for a couple bucks, kind of thing, if they, you know, if the buyers are there. That's pretty cool, I think. You know, you can't quite do that on a 1-on-1 collection all the time, but you can do it if you cross chain, not train. Man, this drawing is going to shit. I have to work on this.
What's this piece you're working on, Byron? We didn't even talk about what you're gonna draw today.
Yeah, I'm just drawing random everything's. Like different parts that I have in the works. I got a lot of different paintings in the works. So this one right here, if you remember, there's a shark. There's a pink unicorn with a drip logo on its butt. There's a zombie, and he's holding a bag, and it's gonna be dripping out. Stuff is tumbling out, and it's probably going to be those coins converting from Stargaze tokens to Atom tokens, and then just 2 great big bags to cover up some stuff, and these will be our stars and Atom, perhaps. So that's what I'm doing right now, but otherwise, I mean, I have like I said, I've got a lot of little things I'm trying to finish off so I can start buying myself some time. I want to show you one that I did, and let me know when you find. Oh, here's one. You'll see this one soon. It's a bit of a self-portrait, but I'm calling it the Apocalyptic Gothic. Let's see, should see it in about, well, probably about now. So that's the Apocalyptic Gothic. Here's a drawing that you'll be seeing very soon. This one that is coming is my sweeper. And it was just a stupid sketch, and it's still pretty dumb looking overall, but I'm just trying to salvage it, because that's kind of what I do.
Man, I love that.
So this is something I'm thinking about using for some kind of sweeping contest. So maybe we can talk about that in the back channels. We can use it on... I have ideas, but I'll hear your ideas too. Because I need to do more burning and stuff. What else did I have in here? I had a couple others. So there's that one. There's the sweeper. Oh yeah, this one. This one's kind of fun. It's kind of a what would you call it? Editorial image kind of thing. Two
I
balloons.
saw the one. I don't know if they were holding holding an umbrella, or what were they
That's the
holding?
apocalyptic one.
Yeah, the one holding the trident. Okay, so
Yes,
these are two
yes.
balloons are drifting apart kind of thing. I don't know. I thought it was kind of symbolic at the time. But yeah, the trident one is sort of me and my wife holding a tri-level trident, which kind of could signify our children. And then in the background, there are going to be, I have to just finish it off, but there's like demons and shit that are always trying to fuck our life up. You know what I mean? So
The
anyway,
demons, man.
yeah, they're everywhere. They're inside my head.
We all got demons. We all got
Yeah,
demons.
we do indeed. So, what other news is there in the world? I'm gonna just draw some.
All right.
randomly.
On Thursday, we're gonna have Echelon from the Sacred team. He's gonna come on our live stream. For those that don't know who Sacred is, it's basically this new project that will be launching a collection as well. But they're here to try and bring back the palette vibes. So they want to launch Say Native NFT marketplace. They really want to cater 100% to the Say ecosystem with all the features that Palette had and more. They want to reward users for using the platform, whether it be raffles or revenue sharing. So they're quite a new project. I don't really know the founder. Echelon to me is somebody new. So I know there's been a lot of questions about this platform, about who they are. I know that they're the project that built those Astro cards. That was a free mint, I believe. That happened maybe a month or two ago.
How'd that
They're
go?
also the team behind that. So I think it's just be interesting to have them on the show and really get to know them a bit more. Get to know what his plans are, what's stopping him from launching right now. I know he's been tweeting a lot about trying to get hired by Say. I think he was also looking for a grant. So I mean, there's a lot of questions that I think we need a bit more clarity. So having him on the show is going to be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
For us, it would be really refreshing to have a Say Native marketplace because our model really relied on launching new pieces, and ever since we did the migration, we couldn't do it anymore. So for me, having a team like that, really focusing on Say NFTs like us and creators like us, it's gonna be very beneficial. So I'm curious to see what he has to say.
That'd be good.
And
We'll dissect them
yeah,
on Thursday, and
yeah, I know you're good at that, Gigi.
yeah, I have a lot of questions already. So yeah, there's the funding part. First of all, I saw a picture, so I'm not sure if he's really young. He has a huge following, something like 18K people are following him. He just followed me recently. After we posted the tweet, I followed the creator. Yeah, I have a lot of questions. It can be easy building a marketplace. Look at Stargaze and look at Arc Protocol that launched on Cosmos and how complicated it seems, right? So it can't be something that's super easy either. So I'm really curious on maybe his history. And yeah,
The part that I like is that whatever he has his platform on testnet right now. So a lot of people are testing it. As soon as they see issues, they post it in the channel, and he gets it fixed within 24 hours to 48 hours, which is a bit encouraging.
is this on Discord or?
Yeah, on Discord, on their Discord. And just a little side note, I just saw Stargaze that posted. So Sean V and the Stargaze team this Friday at 5 p.m. They're going to discuss the proposed merger between Stargaze and Cosmos. So we definitely want to go listen in 3 days.
Well, I was gonna save my questions for when he was gonna go on his spaces because I felt he was getting a little confrontational with the community on the Twitter, and I couldn't understand. He must have been bombarded after he put his post, but same thing. My issues with his post at that time was that you come out with an announcement like that and you don't have the forum post ready. I mean, like you're leaving everybody in the dark on what you're proposing, and I wouldn't have made an announcement until I knew specifically what the forum post was going to be like, and then I saw Magmar post that he wanted to see his business plan, so like he wasn't even aware of it. Yeah, it was a bit of a shocking thing, and sometimes in the heat of the moment, maybe I got a little bit. I thought I stayed polite, but maybe he took it a bit the wrong way. But yeah, some people were clearly upset. A lot of people were supporting Stargaze, and I can fully understand. I want the Stargaze platform to succeed. I think the marketplace itself is far and beyond a lot of other marketplaces I've tried, whether it be Magic Eden or any other marketplace I've tried on other chains. I've never seen one as good as the Stargaze one. I'll be honest with you. It has the
Well,
analytics. It's got everything you need one on ones. Maybe it's missing a few creators tools that other marketplaces have, but I think if you have to take the entire marketplace as a whole, I think it's one of the most full ones with everything that anybody could possibly want to launch something. So yeah, I really want it to succeed, but again, I'm gonna see there if I can go on stage and ask a few questions. And where does this sudden shift suddenly happen? After 2 weeks later, after you posted a huge thread about the token itself. So I have a lot of questions, and we'll see. Maybe they're actually going to be something beneficial for the merger. But again, with the Sacred, I'm excited for them to come to say. We have to support these people that are building stuff. They didn't. I don't think they asked for money yet, so they built this out first before starting to ask for money. So I mean, if say is giving grants left and right for random people, I think they should really consider taking these people into consideration and helping them with some funding in order for them to build it out. Because I do feel the NFT scene after the shift to Magic Eden and then the party that didn't work out over there for the launch that they had. It was a bit of a mess. I think all that together really put a bit of a dark cloud over the NFTs overall on say. But the projects that are really want to stick around, they're still there. So the fuckers are still there, the cappies. And all the main collections, ourselves as well, we're still there.
yeah,
We're still waiting for these updates, and I
the
think
big
it's going to be
issue,
beneficial for those that are
the
left
big
because all
issue,
these smaller projects are not going to be around anymore.
Yeah.
the big issue on say, I would say, is the volume currently. So I mean, launching a new platform, you kind of need some fee revenue. I was looking at Stargaze. I saw a tweet from Joe was saying that Stargaze generates between $20,000 and $80,000 in fees a month, which is pretty interesting. But if you look at on the say side of things, you're looking at the sales on the daily. They're about, I would say, between $500 and $600, which is
Well, now
extremely
that you're
low.
saying that, Superman, if they were making $80,000 in fees without charging fees, yeah, it's amazing, right? And that's why I'm saying that the Stargaze maybe had a chance if they would have put in the fee module earlier on, because those fees would have gone up. So again, confusing times. But again, you said Friday for the spaces.
Yeah, May 9th.
And for Sacred, I'm sure they're looking for creators to launch something when they're going to be releasing their marketplace. So sometimes if creators are looking for a place to launch, I think a good time to launch is on Genesis. So when the actual marketplace launches, and it's a short window. Maybe they launch next month or maybe in 2 months. But if the collections are ready, creators can definitely, I think, apply to try and get at least a launch there, because I think mints and good mints are what they're looking for. So even if, let's say, we would have the V2 ready and they get their marketplace going, well, that could be a good opportunity for us to release it. Same thing for Stargaze, right? If they're going on Cosmos, let's say next month or in 2 months, and we have a collection ready, launched at the same time that they do that migration, and we can launch it in Atom, let's say, that could be a really good time to release it. So there's even Intergaze that are looking for creators to launch on their marketplace. Now, obviously, not because there's a new marketplace we have to launch a collection, but we do have the V2 planned eventually. So that could be something, Byron, that could be interesting. Even if your wife was looking to launch something, those are like great opportunities to release those, because there's going to be obviously a lot of interest and eyes on those launches whenever they do happen. So we don't have timelines or on that, but it is something that we think is coming pretty soon here. So
Yeah, I think Say overall needs to steer away from those creator rounds
I love
and maybe
Drips,
focus more on an airdrop to stakers and NFT holders. Because the last time they did that, we saw a lot of people reinvesting back into the NFTs. I think the creator rounds, from the outside looking in, I see a lot of those creators that aren't here anymore. They pocketed some money, but now that the things are quiet, they're not here anymore. So it's a bit. I think it's a bit of a dangerous game.
They're learning,
on the
and
grounds.
I guess that's part of the process. So they're learning with time, and I'm sure they're going to be waiting before doing those rounds again. There's clearly favoritism and little cliques that are building, and yeah, I think a lot of the creators that got those grants are a lot of them disappear, and I think it's just part of the game. You're giving money away, and people take advantage of the system if it's not fully bulletproof. So,
Ain't that a fact?
but yeah, to move on to wax stuff and drips, Byron,
Sure.
I know that you put out a couple of pieces and tweets about these drips that you're going to be releasing, I think for 24 hours daily or something of that nature. So I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about that.
Sure. I'm going to change this image over because I'm not happy with it right now. So on Drip, yes. I'm trying to change everything up on what I do. I'm trying to bring the FOMO back a little bit. I'm trying to, cause people to be happy that they managed to grab one in that 24-hour window. Because Drip has these really cool thing called Store now. I mentioned it in our previous one. And in the Drip Store, I can go and I can list all my old collectibles, right? So if I have a week of daily drops and you don't get one of them, I can list it in the store for a price so you can actually go and pick it up later on. Of course, it'll be a slightly higher price because, late fees, right? You were late, you pay more now. And it's the same with the auction. I had a recent auction just to try it out, and I had 2 people bidding on it because it was just low key, 3 hours only. And now that one person got it for 1,100 droplets, which is about $1.10. Now in the store, because it was an ultimate, I can list it for 5,000 droplets or $5. And that guy that won the auction, they set the low floors. It was too low. I have all my ultimates at 5,000 droplets if I list them secondary. So that's that. That's kind of how I'm trying to work things there. It's not super scientific. It's just kind of going with my gut feeling and trying to change things up. So I'm trying to get myself set up in a whole month's worth of drops, daily drops, each one 24 hours. Some small plans are to make a collage of the end of the week. So if you collected the whole week's worth, all 7, you can go to like DripCraft and get a special reward for owning all 7. Now, if you didn't, you can go to my page and buy those other 7 or the ones that you're missing for a slightly higher price and then get the reward, right? So I'm slowly trying to plan that stuff out because I'm just a one-man show when I'm coming to Drip at the moment, and that's cool, Same with wax. But wait, before I start on wax, let's talk about Drip. You know how Drip is associated with Juniper Mobile or whatever?
Jupiter, I think Jupiter Exchange.
Yeah, Jupiter. They got the Jupiter wallet. Drip works a lot better on Jupiter wallet now. They're constantly trying to come up with ways to reward people. They have a meme coin contest ending tomorrow where you're trying to draw the meme coins, kind of what we did with Millie and Kosa and stuff like that on Say. So you draw your meme coin entrance and you can have a chance at winning a prize from those different meme coin communities. So that ends tomorrow. The Drip Discord has a lot of information about that. The other thing with Drip is they partnered with Doodles a long time ago. Everyone got their little Doodle airdrop. And apparently everyone that has been like a creator, I think, since January till now is going to get some kind of a reward. I'm not sure if collectors are getting rewards either or not, but apparently people that are trading on Bonk and stuff like that, they're going to get some rewards. So that's kind of cool. It kind of pays to participate in Drip and collect or create if you have the opportunity, just to get future airdrops. I think that's about it for my Drip news at the moment. In regards to Wax, they have a ton of stuff going on there. Lots and lots of ways to earn crypto for almost free. They have I dropped a couple links in our Discord in the Wax Horde part. But they have a grant program which is now looking at rewarding funding projects rather than just builders, right? So if you already got a project going, you might be able to get some funding to help take it to that next level. I've never been a big person going for grants. I never quite understood how it worked. And
Is there a deadline for that, Byron?
for the grants,
Yeah.
no, it's they just posted that they've trying to shift their focus from, like I said, the builders to the creators and the projects now. So no deadline, just got posted. Then most people are still kind of turning a blind eye to wax, right? But they keep shipping. They have they also, I posted a link to a, what the fuck is it called? Sorry for the language, kids. I should know better. But it was like kind of like a test net on wax. You do all these kind of things and you can get rewarded with some wax from the Wax Foundation. So different ways of earning income.
And you know what? Like some chains, all it takes is one app or one game. Like I'm just thinking Axie Infinity last cycle. Like they had this game and it got really popular and it really brought the entire Ethereum ecosystem at the forefront at the time just because it did so well. So at the end of the day, Wax can get really lucky by getting a specific builder to build a really cool game that everybody's going to vibe with. And then, the chain becomes relevant again. It's that easy, right? Or that hard. It just has to happen now. If they're offering grants, you know that with AAA, we have a lot of connections. Unfortunately, everything requires funding to do.
Yep.
So whether it be builders for games, we have the contacts and all that. So again, after it takes an idea, what do you want to build specifically? And yeah, I was thinking this week as I downloaded a little game to get my mind off things. And I haven't played games in a long time. I used to play PlayStation and Fortnite and stuff like that. And I really stopped playing when I started crypto because I just thought that I was wasting time. But now that I downloaded this game, it's one of these games that you have to like build your headquarters and you upgrade your buildings, and it takes at the beginning it takes just an hour 30 minutes, but then with time it takes 12 days, and if you want to upgrade faster you actually got to pay real US dollars, right, to get these upgrades faster and buy some gems in order for you to do these faster upgrades. And I've been shocked on how much money these people are spending on this game. Like I just joined this new clan that I'm just trying to play for fun, but now all of a sudden I got leveled up quite a bit. I've been playing for about 45 days now. So I downloaded the game for the trip that I was going on, and I just wanted to get my mind off my court case and stuff that I was going through, So I had a lot of fun playing it, but now it got so serious, and there's like a whole strategy. They've got a Discord where they get together and they plan. And just for people that want to play and maybe I want to look at it, it's called Last Survival. So it's like one of these new games. It's all over Twitter. That's where I saw it the first time, and I just always wanted to play a game like that. And so basically they have a Discord. They've got a bunch of characters inside the game, and I'm just asking myself, why don't they do like NFTs out of these characters, right, and sell them and have some type of perks and tie it into the blockchain scene? And I think there's really something there because, again, these people are spending millions or maybe billions of dollars on this game, and it's totally wild. Every day they're buying packs, and these packs are like $7-8 just to get like some upgrade material for your building that's going to last you a day, and then tomorrow you got to do it all over again. So it's really wild. And
what's nice, GG? Yeah. What's nice is a lot of these people buying these things are kids that have the account linked to their parents' credit card.
They're milking the parents' credit cards.
But this is a real thing, right? So they don't feel it. They just buy it, then whatever. Mom's gonna pay $7 for.
Well, I'll be honest, Superman, there's a lot of adults, because they have their PFP as themselves, and their dogs, and this is where I'm saying the NFTs could really come and tie in nicely to these things, where people could basically have a PFP as their profile picture in the game, and and it's a way, I think, also for the game or a project to build a revenue stream or some capital to build the game initially. And this is where I think it could get interesting for like a chain like Wax, that they're into gaming and stuff like that somebody can build, let's say, a game for the iPhone and I know there's a lot of projects or builders that are willing to do that, or they already have games that are built out. It's just how do you tie in the NFTs with all that? Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, Apple just enabled crypto payments on iOS, which was banned before, right? It just happened last week.
Oh,
So
okay.
I think it is kind of interesting.
The Wax wallet is now on Apple as well. They've managed to get their wallet into there to give it that extra credibility. And Wax has a game, the Pantheon. I can't remember the full Pantheon trading card game. They actually have it's almost like war. They have a
I
card
just think
game.
Wax has games on the screen.
Yeah. See, Wax has games. So Pantheon has a play for keeps card game where you're basically playing like a Pokemon kind of style game, but if you win, you get that other person's card, right? And it's all set up, going pretty strong. And he's not like a great friend of mine. I know him. We're good friends. He's the guy that got me into the East Chicago show, and he's going to be representing Wax in the Toronto convention that's coming up soon. Can't remember the name of it. Anyway,
We
what's that?
definitely have to explore it, Byron. This week, like I kind of had a lot of personal stuff going on, but that all ended yesterday for me. 5 years in the making. I went to the workers' compensation court case yesterday after 5 years. So that's out of the way. That was something that was really grabbing all of my attention, and I really had to focus for that. But now I'm totally out of that, and I'm ready to dive in, man, to Wax, because I really like what they're building. All these grants are definitely opportunities for us, especially in these down times. If somebody's offering you funding and you don't have to sell, let's say, an NFT to fund your own adventure, and Wax is willing to do that, well, it's definitely something we could explore. And you'll have so many connections there, and we need to use that. So
I agree.
And I had a question for you, Byron.
For sure.
What do you think of putting arms on those droplets?
Well, you know what? When you put an arm on something like that, you cause a whole bunch of problems.
Really?
Now they got to hold stuff. They can grab things better. They hurt you more. But let's see. Arm. Now, would you want the arm to start above the? I'll wait till you see the picture. I'm going
I don't
back
know. I
to
was
this.
looking at you drawing the legs, and I always noticed that you don't put arms on these droplets. So I'm just thinking, maybe with the arms, they'd look a little different or funnier.
It might be.
Some skinny arms or something.
All right, let's try it. I'm gonna draw one.
Getting
one
the
fresh
bird
one.
or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. See, but that's just it. Then they get a little bit more violent, a little bit more aggressive, a little more descriptive.
I like violence.
Yeah,
I like
well,
violence.
Yeah. Back to the Wax games for a minute. That Munster Vision, a friend of mine from a couple of years, he actually makes and wants to put my art on shoes as part of his sneaker line, which is pretty cool. But he also wants to talk to me about building a game, because he's kind of a game. He knows people, right? He knows builders. He knows stuff like that. So I told him about you guys, and he's like, yeah, let's talk. Let's talk sometime. So he's ready to have a chat. Man, putting an arm, you're like telling me to take off my own arm almost here. Doing something
Well,
different.
we're gonna have that discussion with him. I'd really like to meet him and have a first discussion, see what's possible to be built. But again, I just got into these phone games. It had been a while since I got into it. The last game that I was playing was Clash of Clans, which was several years ago, and I think it's still going now. So
Yeah, my son actually plays it. He likes to say, I'm going to go home at lunch and play with my cock while eating supper. Or whatever, right? Or eating lunch, right? Clash of Clans, cock.
yeah.
Funny kids,
That's
right?
what they call it.
Yeah.
But they're huge communities, man, and they really are able to build and people are chatting and everything, and they're on Discord because that's where they organize themselves now. So especially the one that I'm in now, Last Survival, they're literally conglomerate in the Discord, and they're building strategies to fight other clans and stuff like that. So
Oh, wow.
it's really cool, and I really like, because that's what you need to build community. You need to have something that people are going to vibe together, play together, build strategy together. And now if you could tie in somehow the NFTs into all that, because I'm just thinking, let's say you're one of the top players, and for being a top player, you would receive a specific NFT on the Wax chain. It makes you download the wallet, or it makes you explore that ecosystem. That's a huge onboarding tool for. Oh yeah, there you go. There are the arms. I like that one.
All right, I'll have to start drawing drips with arms thanks to Gigi. Everyone, thank
So the
Gigi.
drip arm series.
Yep, there we go. Something new. Now,
Or
see,
no legs. No legs, just arms.
oh, no legs are just, oh, Jesus Christ, man. All right, he's gonna walk. I think I did a drip that was kind of walking upside down, where his legs were arms. Now in the games, like when I first started on the Wax blockchain, I was promised from my half bro that we'd build a game together. It'd be a collecting game. But then basically that's all he said. Didn't tell me anything else. And then eventually a month or two later, pissed off to chase money elsewhere. But it got my mind moving in regards to how to make a game, and I started thinking that, you know, a collecting game where you're trying to survive the apocalypse. And so you start off with basically a cardboard box. You're hiding from the zombies in a cardboard box. So you collect some other stuff to slowly make yourself a fence. And then, you know, you just keep surviving. But that idea sort of died after a while because I didn't have anyone to work with me. And I was making art anyways. Was never really a gamer. But I still started thinking more about different games. And I started coming up with other games. I actually came up with a baseball game, which, you know, I'm not sure if you've ever played Warhammer 40,000 or any of those kind of games, like role-playing games. You ever play role-playing games?
I did, but that one doesn't ring a bell.
Okay. Well, these are like tabletop games where you use little miniatures and stuff. And there's a game called Blood Bowl. And what Blood Bowl was, it was a football-based game where you are an army of orcs or an army of humans or whatever, right? And you're playing football, and you got like rules, how many squares you can go at one time, what kind of damage you can do, and you play with a ball that's filled with spikes. And that ball, if you don't catch it right, can hurt you, and people can be damaged and stuff. And when I started thinking about that game and how to make a baseball game, it was really cool because, you know, you can upgrade your character's stats. You can with different things, like especially if you're going to get stupid with it with zombies and stuff, right? You can have all sorts of different modifications, like you can supersize your arm so you throw the pitch faster or things like that, right? Like I thought it'd be really fun, but like all things, because I didn't really have a plan, I just made up the idea and then put it to the side. Same with a zombie running game where you're kind of running through like a maze runner, you know, like there's so many possibilities that you can do, and then tie it into the NFT scene, like you're saying. My wife, for example, likes to play like those Candy Crush kind of games and word games and stuff. And she yesterday was trying to get the ultimate, right? And she's really trying. She's playing and playing and playing, trying to get this ultimate. That was cool. I don't play games much, so it was cool to see her all excited about that kind of thing.
There's definitely a demand for them. The thing that I see now is there's a lot of games that are like a bit the same, but they changed a little bit, like the art on it or the story behind it. So that's what they're gaming, because I think the market itself is huge in terms of user base that are actually playing, and everybody's looking for a new game. But I think there's an opportunity here to tie in the gaming on, let's say, the phones to the NFT scenes, or like instead of upgrading your buildings, maybe it could be, you know, build up your collection, and the bigger your collection is, the more power you have, and then we can have waves of zombies coming at you. And in order for you to get to the next level, you gotta upgrade your characters, or you gotta obtain the next character. That, you know, every month we could come up with new characters that have different strengths or different. And I mean, there's a lot of options here. And now that we started talking about it, I really got my brain going a little bit. So. I'm really excited about this. It could be an opportunity. I mean, if we get some funding to do it, as long as we have a cool idea and we have some art to go with it, I think there is something to be done.
Right.
And I'm going to shock you right now, because, you know, you just drew arms on these droplets.
Yeah.
What about some hair?
Some hair. Actually, I did a hairy droplet. I've done a few like that. So, and actually, you know, one of the cool things, I wish I had your picture right now, because I've started trying to experiment with drawing people's faces inside the droplet, right? Make them the droplet. So and I thought that was kind of fun. Do you remember me talking a week or two ago about that app that I started building for the My Zickle army?
Yeah.
Okay. That's something that is severely missing. Not Zickles, not armies, not apps. But what is missing is ways for people to display their NFTs in a way that they want to, in a way that makes it kind of cool, right? Like a photo album. Because what do we have right now? Do we have anything like that anywhere? I'm waiting.
Sorry, I just got a message. Apparently, there's a lot of people talking on the Twitch stream.
Oh, really? I've been
Who
only
talking? Where's the
talking?
I always forget to light up the chat
Oh
here.
shit! It is. Some people are very happy about that you weren't very rude about when you're critiquing Stargaze. And then there was a shameless plug for Polyverse. And when it launches, the game's gonna be awesome. I know that Chalk Proc Lock is a big fan of Polyverse. They're huge on the Discord, and he's making some good bank being early on that project right now. That's pretty cool. And that's the other thing with Wax is you can transfer it to Ethereum, so your NFTs can be Wax and Ethereum, and then go back and forth, And then there's also the Hive blockchain that somebody's talking about, which I need to get back onto. Hey, Ali Bear. And that's another cool thing on Wax is that people like me right now streaming can actually reward our viewers with NFTs by letting them dig. They earn points by just watching. Oh, Boston Dad is.
I have the chat open on Twitter, so seeing if people would chat there, but they're chatting on Twitch itself. So
yeah, because they get to earn some points, and then they can redeem those points for some NFTs from me, or pretty soon some DHC. And hey, speaking of DHC, that shit's popping off pretty big time right now, actually. My last look at it, one Wax is worth only 20 DHC, where it used to be one Wax was worth like 600 DHC. So that's pretty cool.
I really need to get into contacts for that meme coin, because I mean, if my thing is, how do we launch it on several chains without having different contracts for each one? Like, how can we unify it without creating like different contracts for each individual chain? Like, have it all under one. Whether it be stemming directly from Wax or build it somewhere else. But yeah, I definitely need to get into contact with some developers, see how that could actually play out, or a unifying token at some point for all chains. I don't know how that could be possible, because they need to talk to each other, these different chains. But
yeah, that's above my pay grade too. But I'm just pretty pleased that the whole Horde Wax community is remembering that I'm here and I'm back and I'm trying to build, and they're enjoying it.
You know what, Byron? I think people really appreciate the grind. I think this is what's really going to make us stand out with time, is that we're still here, whether it be the highs or the lows. We're always here. You're always live streaming now, which I think is something that it's pretty cool. We just started recently live streaming. You're already at 90 views today, so the stream didn't even end. So
that's awesome.
Our numbers are growing. On these live streams. Obviously, we'd love to have some more guests, but right now it is kind of quiet. But if some people want to come on, reach out to us, and you want to talk about your project, or you want to talk about something on Wax or on Stargaze, on Say, that's how we're going to keep growing the community. We really need the community to get on board with what we're doing, because at the end of the day, we're just normal people, myself, Byron, and Superman. There's so much we can do, but there's limits to also our reach. So we need people to get on board with us for different things, whether it be new collections that you're launching, build partnerships, and different stuff like that. So definitely reach out to us, whether it be me, Byron, or the handles themselves. Feel free to do that, because again, on the Stargaze, we did build a DAO, and the community has to play a role if they want to be a part of the DAO and vote on proposals and make suggestions. The Discords are there for that. Come and talk to us. You have an idea, come and share it with us, because that's how we're going to grow.
Now, that's absolutely correct. And one of the really cool things that I'm starting to do now, I think it's cool. Anyways, I haven't asked if anyone else thinks it's cool yet, but I think it's cool, is I'm starting to pay people. I'm actually starting to, it's minor, it's teeny weeny, but I'm paying them. And you know how I'm paying them? Like, I got these two guys, Chalk Proc Lock, who is our boss and dad in the Twitch chat right now, and CryptoZug. They're the Horde bankers. So I made them a special bankers NFT, which was based on the Monopoly guy. Gave it to them, and now they don't even have to stake it. It's automatically, they have to stake it, but it stays in their wallet so they can display it. But because they're staking it, they're getting paid, I can't even remember, like 10 wax or 10 DHC a day or something like that. 1 DHC an hour. It's minor, but it's still something. And I'm hoping to do that in the future with people like Ali Bear, maybe if she wants to be a official Horde streamer and give away some of my NFTs from time to time. I could give her a special NFT that would allow her to stake it to earn a bit of DHC as compensation for her work. And then because she has that NFT, I can automatically airdrop whatever NFTs I want to give to her that she can give away for the Horde. So that's really cool. So I'm going to be making like a Google form to sign for people to fill out that might have wax Twitch streams that they give away stuff on. You know, like start trying to reward the community for helping us. That's where I'm building toward. So that's kind of what I've always built toward.
With, spinning emojis and yes, she says yes.
Yeah, she's cool. So I think the whole Wax Horde community is very similar to how it was with the Say Horde community. I don't think quite the Stargaze Horde community is there yet. We're still working on them. It's under review and influx, but we're working on them. But it's cool. Like people are coming together just to kind of share what they'll enjoy.
It's funny how there's different characters and sentiment on the different chains, and we're more on the like a bird's eye view of everything, right? So we see the different vibes and the different characters on the different chains, and yeah, the hard part is getting all of these people to commingle together and do stuff on the different chains. That's the hard part.
Yeah.
All we can do is talk about it, and hopefully one day there's a specific event or a specific thing that we can do to get people to come on board. But I do think that the V2, whenever it does come out, that'll be the opportunity for these people to explore the different chains. I mean, let's say we would start to go on Wax on the first one. We get the Say people and the Stargaze people to go there first and start talking to the Wax. But that's already going to incentivize the Wax people to come and try out after when you launch it on Stargaze. And
right.
I mean, if we can have it at a decent price, or even burn to get it for free on the other chain, right? And just give proper explainers, whether it be via mediums. I like to do medium articles with like a full breakdown of what you have to do. Like this is the wallet you need. This is where you get the funds. Or we can even use some of our DAOs to fund the wallets for these people in order for them to participate in the mint itself. And I think once the person has the wallet and has minted at least once on the chain, naturally it'll be easier to retain them on the different chains, because there are opportunities on every single chain. So
absolutely,
there's actually opportunities to make money everywhere. So
yeah,
I'm really excited for the V2s, Byron. I'll be honest with you, it's something that I think is really going to unite the Horde across the chains. And yeah, I can't wait to see once we start generating a bit of those and see how we can start the whitelisting and start the burns. Reduce the supplies on some of these older collections, because another thing that I noticed with NFTs is, you know, at first everybody's excited, everybody's gets on board, and then slowly with time, you start losing people slowly, and then you build that core community that really sticks around. And those are, you know, the communities that we're looking for, right? And as we build on every single chain, we're growing that strong community. And I think if one day we can unite all those people together, we could really be a powerhouse in terms of community, tight-knit community. So
I agree.
It's exciting times, I think.
And to answer Chalk Lock's question on how does a droplet grow hair, sheer force of will. So this painting I'm about to show you, this is the jumbled Horde with its 26 eyes, and that auction ends in what, about 7 minutes or so?
Yes, sir. It's 3 minutes, 21 seconds.
Yikes. Anyway, someone's going to win this as an NFT, and then maybe someday in the future that person that holds that NFT can actually own the original art, and I'll mail it to them one day. Isn't that cool?
So funny thing about that piece, right now it's going for about $16 US, which is pretty cool, right? You got to sell a lot of DRiPz to sell the piece for $16 here.
Yeah,
and the cool thing about this collection here is the floor price. The floor price is at $97 for the Horde of the Undead. So
wow.
Whoever's getting this piece, well, there's a huge gap between the price you're bidding at and the actual floor price itself. I think what really makes the Horde of the Undead strong is that each piece is really custom made for people, or exclusive one-on-ones that you've built either live on these live streams or suggestions from the community. So I think by having the sentimental attachment to the pieces, it makes it in a way that people don't want to sell it. You have some portraits that you did for people, some specific moments that happened on Stargaze that you drew pieces of. So again, I think the sentimental part of the collection for the holders, or a lot of people burned some NFTs to get them. So now people don't want to get rid of these pieces. So it is really cool, man. It's $100 floor price for the Horde of the Undead pieces, and right now you can get it for about $16. So pretty freaking cool, Byron.
Yeah. Thank you. It's pretty cool that the community just kind of, like you said, keeps growing and keeps expanding as we touch and infect and do our thing on each of these different blockchains. And
what's your highest floor price on any of your collections on these other chains? Like I know on Say we're sitting for the Say of the Dead something maybe around the $40 mark. Which is not bad as well. The Zom Says are still pretty cheap. You can get them for probably a buck or two. But yeah, on Wax, you have like some collections specifically of one-on-ones that are really going through the roof.
You know what? Honestly, I think most of the stuff that's going strong on Wax have to do with games like the Wombat Dungeon Master game. My collection is heavily tied into that, and I actually made a pretty good bank when they first put my collection in there, but then I stopped putting my work in there because like people, they get really sensitive about they bought your NFT, it was only this many mints, it was worth this much mining power in the game, and now you're making more of that same one just to sell. It's going to reduce my mining power. And then I was getting like shitloads of hate mail and stuff from people all over the place because they didn't like what I was doing. They didn't want me to earn a living. They wanted to be able to earn the living. So I stopped putting my NFTs in that game for a while, but I'm still welcome to. I'm still one of the creatives. I just need to consolidate a lot of the shit that I've done. But for what is like the highest floor price on places, honestly, I don't even know. Let me take a quick look. I know that my floor price for my own collection has gone up from where it used to be at like half a wax. Now it's at 2 wax. And that's thanks to all the burns that we've done.
They're spread out on multiple marketplaces, right?
Yeah, it gets spread out a lot.
They should really have like a unified marketplace where basically there has to be a leader in marketplaces. You can't. I think personally, now this is just my opinion, but I think having all these different marketplaces is a bit detrimental to the NFT scene. If they would have one major NFT marketplace and that's the one that they're pushing, and all the better creators build on that one, I think that could make it really good for Wax, because people will have a one place where they'll know they'll go and all the good NFTs are there.
Well, the thing is, there's actually the marketplaces, they all grab the same information. So it's not like one is made specifically just for this marketplace. Like if I put the marketplace is there for secondary sales, right? And so each, like Nifty Blocks, NFT Hive, Atomic Hub, they all kind of list the secondary sales the same. It all gets listed and they all populate across the different marketplaces. The place,
is it also Launchpads? Is it also Launchpads?
Each and every one is also their own Launchpad too, which is kind of funny. Okay. And they all offer their own little benefits for launching there. Like Nifty, you get to earn the Nifty coin, and NFT Hive, you earn their honey. Atomic Hub, I'm thinking that you might earn Wombat. I don't really build on Atomic Hub as much because I like how an NFT Hive is laid out. But see, NFT Hive has tools that Nifty Blocks doesn't have, and Nifty Blocks has tools that NFT Hive doesn't have. So the secondary market, they all cover it, but for their own products, they all have, like, they each have a little bit of a thing. Like NFT Hive has the PFP machine, and they have some crafting ability that you can't find on Nifty Blocks. But Nifty Blocks' organization is nice. They have the upgrades feature, which allows me to change every single immutable piece of NFT data that I can, including images, which is really cool. So I mean, like, they got all the tools, so they don't want any more tools. Now they want to have projects, and that's kind of what that grant thing was about from earlier.
Your friend Proc Block says the Atomic Hub is the only technical marketplace, but there are various other front ends. So the other ones are just basically front ends. So Atomic Hub is the main one, which is good.
Proc Block is probably the best person that you could talk to in regards to what I do, and then Wax and Crypto, because him and Crypto's have been with me for years now, and they know the Horde inside and out. So
my schedule's freed up completely, so we're definitely going to get into stuff moving forward. There are opportunities, and I want to grab them, and now I have more time. I'm really focused on the next step here, the next step of our collections, the different ones, whether it be yours or the AAA ones. I really think there's opportunity right now because I do think the markets are going to turn around potentially in the second half of the year, maybe even going into 2026. We're waiting for the Fed in the States to drop the rates. I don't think they're going to do it tomorrow. Tomorrow's the Fed meeting. So I still think they're not going to do it tomorrow. The percentages are low for them to do it, but they're technically supposed to drop it 1% from now till the end of the year. And I think that's what's really going to potentially start another rally in the markets, hopefully. So nothing's for sure, but that's what the general analysis from the analysts are at. But yeah, Byron, we just reached the hour, so
yep, I'm wrapping up.
Let's wrap this up.
Yeah. But yeah, Chalk Proc Lock says, yeah, we are old friends. We've been here for a while. And I honestly, like, the Horde's Discord runs smoothly because of Chalk Proc Lock and CryptoZug, which is why they're now on the Horde's payroll, getting paid with DHC. And that's about all I have to say. Anyone that wants to work for us or help us out, grow, you know, like, hit us up. We are not greedy. We like sharing. The Horde rewards. That's all I can say.
Byron doesn't reward the GG and Superman with DHC, but that's all right.
Well, you haven't asked.
I'm joking. I'm just kidding.
All right, man. It was good. Good talk.
All right. So we'll see you guys on Thursday for another one, and yeah, we'll have Sacred that is going to show up. So we'll put him in an interview, and then we'll cover whatever's going on in the crypto land. So
all right.
See you guys then.
Awesome. Cheers. Thanks for joining, everybody. Have a good day, Superman.
Okay, guys.
Bye-bye.